Okay, full transparency here on how much my divorce is costing me so far. We are just a year into it, and these are the numbers so far. I first spent $7,000 on a retainer and $4,000 for freezing assets and doing a few other things. Then I received a bill for $18,760.14. Received a bill last week for $4,542.87, with a grand total of $34,303.01. This is without going to court so far. Who knows how much it's going to cost to be finished.
That is insane. That right there is insane. And that's not even what her husband has paid so far. And if you caught that in the beginning when she said they're just touching or coming upon a year, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand the system is just capitalizing off of off of their money. The system is not designed for you, especially for men. No, it's designed to take all your money and then, you know what? I don't want to get in my feelings, but let me get into this. I can speak about this from experience. And I'll say this, that men aren't avoiding marriage because they're afraid of commitment, right? They're avoiding it because they've seen what divorce does to a man, legally, emotionally, and financially. And they're not willing to risk everything based on a feeling. Men are constantly told to lead with love. Nah, we're not doing that anymore. Let me say something that might, for the ladies, you're not going to like it. I get it. But hear me out. A man should never lead with love when choosing a wife. Not because love doesn't matter, but because love is not the strategy. It's a feeling. And feelings change. You guys don't understand that because you haven't been through it yet. You're not going to build an empire, a fortress on a foundation of sand. No one would ever do that, right? So when a man is emotionally invested in the idea of marriage, you stop thinking clearly. A man will ignore all the red flags. He overlooks poor behavior. He compromises his strategy, his standards to avoid losing the women who makes his heart race. The baddie that he found, that he finally got. But here's the harsh truth. Emotions are freaking temporary. Divorce is not. When men choose marriage based on emotions, they gamble their entire future. Most men will lose. But when a woman chooses divorce, she cashes out on the investment, on his investment. Now, I'm speaking in general. I'm not speaking to anybody individually. I'm sure there are instances where it can be the opposite. I get it. But in general, women cash out. She walks away with support. He walks away with a bill and a broken home and a lesson he paid for with his soul. I've been through it. I was married before. I made mistakes and I paid the price. And when it came time for the system to decide, the system didn't care about what type of father I was to my kids. And I'll leave it at that. Now that I'm married again, This time, I didn't marry for love. I married for alignment. I looked deep at her values, her character, her ability to stick to commitments, her mindset about family, loyalty, and purpose. Now, do I love her? Absolutely. But I didn't start there. Love was the result of wisdom, not the reason for it. And that's what men need to hear today. You don't lead a household with emotion. You lead it with clarity, conviction, calculated decisions. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean you got to be cold. It means to be controlled. Don't get hypnotized by the affection, the newness. Don't get manipulated by the sex. Don't confuse the compatibility with convenience. A wife should be a teammate in purpose, not a trophy. Not a trophy you chase to feel fulfilled. And for those Christians out there, you guys know a wife should be a helpmeet. Because when the honeymoon ends, and it does, all the time, what's left better be real. It better be authentic. Otherwise, it'll get real ugly real fast. This is why, in my opinion, part of the reason men are waking up, walking away from marriage, not because they hate women, not because they're afraid, but because they understand the system rewards her for quitting and punishes him for believing. A woman can say, "I'm not happy," and flip your whole life upside down overnight. And when it happens, no one asks you what you went through. They just say, man up, pay up, and move on. Men are waking up. They're finally waking up. And let me say this. A man should love with discipline, not desperation. Don't marry a feeling, man. Marry a future, if that makes sense. Let love grow from respect, alignment, shared values, and not just from lust or loneliness. If you don't protect your future on the front end, the system will gut you on the back end. And that's the reality of it. And in this world, a careless decision at the altar, bro, could cost you everything you built as a man. You got to choose wisely, not emotionally. And I'm going to leave it there. All right. I'll leave it up to you. What say you? Am I off or am I on to something? Do you guys relate or not? It's up to you. Leave it in the comments and I'll see you on the next one.